Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Raila Odinga left this country on Saturday evening after an event in Mombasa where he announced that he was heading to the United States of America after receiving invitation from POTUS, President Biden, to attend that event. And later on, his secretariat would tell the supporters that he is in his capacity there as AU Special Infrastructure Envoy. That is what led to cancellation of the Jamhuri, or rather the parallel Jacaranda event that was supposed to be held here in Nairobi. And while by that time announcement came because Raila was supposed to make sure, or rather that Raila was supposed to leave, there is a possibility that he could still just do the event and leave because even President Ruto left before. But there were more pressing issues, or rather engagements, to be done even in the sidelines of the Africa-US Leaders Summit. Netizens and Kenyans have been asking the whereabouts of Raila because photos or videos, his secretariat have not been sharing any photo or video on what exactly or where exactly Raila is. And people had started getting worried, like, okay, was he really in the US or not? So today, a video has emerged and I want to share with you that video from what looks like a health break while in USA, because while he was in USA, he received an invitation to be a keynote speaker in an event in Abuja, Nigeria. And I think people had misconstructed that to think that it was in Nigeria. I have done my fact check and found out that the event he was supposed to address to speak in Nigeria is coming later in January. So because I know when that report emerged, people had thought that kumbe alienda Nigeria, kumbe hata kuenda US. So I wanted to watch this video a bit, then we'll try to do some fact check on that video.
I'm all meeting. Actually, yeah, and that's what we're doing. That's why. Let me grab my phone. I didn't have it, but somebody's trying to get I'm all meeting. Actually, yeah, and that's what we're doing. That's why. Let me grab my phone. I didn't have it, but somebody's trying to get
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to, now after watching that video, I have seen people arguing, is it really in US? Is it really this tour? Is it the other tour or what? Yes, people have really been asking questions and I want to do some, and of course another point has been that video was taken in some Kibandaski. So just do a very quick fact check on that. Let's just use the observation. I've also tried to do Google reverse image. By the way, that is something you can do. Google reverse image. There is a photo I'm going to share with you so that you'll just find out, is there anything closer to what you're seeing. If you watch this video here, I want you to make some few observations. You can see that behind Raila, there is a journalist with a camera. Or even if it's not a journalist, but someone is holding a camera there. and he seems to be taking some photos or some videos. Now, if you look further, you will also see that he's actually walking around the room. Of course, it's a bit noisy, so Kenyans were feeling, oh, that's not presidential or something. And if it was some uptown Kibandaski, you wouldn't have seen a photojournalist there. Honestly, even if it was just an hotel, I've seen it. Maybe other people arguing on it. You would have seen those photojournalists in that room. So my perception, or rather, from my observation, one most likely that even for the journalist, I don't know, for the photo, for the cameraman there, he must have got the permission, and that cannot be just someone's business, because there is also policy in terms of privacy. You can't just have guests and you just take photos or other videos without the permission. So from the look of things, it is bit of just a health break. And most of us, most of you guys and us who attended workshops and conferences, and of course, you understand that there are normally those, you realize that you have plenary sessions or the auditorium where the event, the workshops and the event, the bigger part of the event is going on, but a health break could be somewhere in a room. So if you see, it was just like a technical, it was just a health break. Now, apart from that photojournalist, I want you to look at that video again. You realize that where Raila is standing, there's some two whites mbele yake wenye walikuwa wanamuongelesha, but even in that room there seems to be a lot of peer catch up talks, some small talks. You realize hapa there is one guy so talking to another in twos. So what does that tell you? First, it tells you that these are people that share some common interest, share something in common. It's not normal, and it's not normal that it's an hotel, because that's what I wanted to debunk. It's an hotel, and all of a sudden what wanajuana. This must have been people that already they share something in common, and in fact, I normal hotel will not have that commotion. Yeah, mostly if it is just normal, you will see the way things, people are just seated and people get served right there. But there, it looks like, yes, one, two people are in a health break, but it's also some catch up time. So I want you to, if you make that, you can see the waiters, and even you see the way the tables are organized. Circles, that tells you that table with this and this, and if you're keen, you realize that they are even branded. Now, look at this other photo here. If you look at this photo, this is photo of Raila with another gentleman there. Of course, I can't identify who he is, but hizo nguo amevaa are the same ones na ile nyuliona kwa ile video. So it tells you that this photo was taken probably before or after, but it is the same day that was putting that other. So if you look at manguzi na fanana, and of course there are other photos that you can see. If you look at the photo roll, you will see that, of course, that's not only the only photo. So ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. I know people have been asking a question, so why is Raila not taking a photo with Joe Biden? If you follow this channel, you realize at some point I told you that officially President Biden was having a challenge of even organizing individual meetings with African presidents, because wote wanataka that limelight, except only that one dinner that held for all of them, so each one of them were taking photos in turns. But according to organizers, there were different plenary sessions. There are those for the heads of state, there are those ones for diplomatic missions, then there are also for the African Union, COMESA, ECOWAS, and IGAD, all those other organizations within the African continent. So this was organized. So in terms of, you realize that Biden did not address maybe the AU on that. Maybe it was addressed, that plenary session, or that session was addressed by some other official. So this is the question that many people have been asking, and I don't know why Raila would be obsessed to go for maybe push for to meet Biden. I don't know where that would be. Remember last time when William Ruto went to US in February, he was a deputy president and he didn't meet Biden. If you remember, he didn't meet Biden. He was a deputy president. So Raila Odinga is not a government official, and even that, so be it. I know that we were speculating of a talk, having said that Biden had called him for that meeting. That would be a talk between the two. That talk cannot be a talk to be covered on the screen. Believe me, because if it is something, no one who really wants to be seen as if is micromanaging affairs in Kenya. Who really wants that to be seen? I don't think that's the right position that everyone, even US, would want to be seen, because as we talk now, Raila is struggling to. William Ruto is, of course, have legitimacy issues with Raila Odinga. Raila even camp believed that part of the superpowers that really supported William Ruto is America. Talking about that, I listened to the Ghana's president's speech. I analyzed it here, and I realized that I think America do not want Pan-Africanists. If you ask me, they're preferring the young new brand of leaders, the second generation leaders that are not really Pan-Africanist. If you compare President Ruto's speech and the Ghanaian speech, you will find very big difference. The Ghanaian president Nana Akufo-Addo is a Pan-Africanist. Now that will be the Raila Odinga. I don't think Raila Odinga will be one that will be to worship the West. So some kind, that is it. What I have found out is there is a high likelihood that William Ruto met with Raila Odinga in US. I know many people might ask where the photos, sometime maybe the middle of nowhere. You'll find out that they met. Yes, that's a high possibility. Bidlen dealing with Africa as a continent is also a factor here. But I think Raila cancelled December forums after high-level discussion, and it was highly linked to this US tour. It was highly linked. And many would have asked why he didn't, because even President met the Kenyan diaspora there in US. Raila was supposed to meet another team, but is not been. We need to also explain to our viewers that Raila did not go there with the secretariat here. So I don't know, you'll expect Raila to take his own photos and share. Even if you check the videos and the photos that are taken here, those are not taken by his secretariat, but maybe the other people around. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my take. So I just wanted to debunk the fact that maybe he did go to US, because that has been the talk of the town for quite some time. He's supposed to come back 17th, which is today. So we're waiting for his comeback and maybe what is in store for as far as the consultative forums are concerned.